picked up that lesson. I think this milk is spilled. And there's no need in my crying over it and trying to pick up the milk when it has actually been soaked by the black soil.
At what stage, though, Steve, did you realize that milk had spilled?
I think I realized couple of weeks after we had cancelled both Moroka, Sundowns and the Arrows match, because it was on the 27th of December. We cancelled Mamelodi Sundowns, and then the one which was supposed to be played on the 30th, that also got cancelled simultaneously, and the season got wrapped. Okay, and that's it. And that was the end of any other hint or indication of what next. And I had drawn plans with staff, obviously, consultation with your physical trainer, the coaches, physiotherapists, and everybody around the team to say, the AFCON is going to run up until mid-February, around the 13th. So when do we resume training? Because the AFCON comes to an end around 10-13, and we play in Cape Town City. It would only be wise of us to start at least 4 weeks earlier, which then took us back to the 15th of January, which would be a Monday. And the plan was rubber stamped and agreed upon by those who know that, okay, from a physical point of view, Durrell said, no, coach, this will work. Musa, no, coach, I think by that time they would have adapted. And then we started working on the practice matches. When do we start practice matches? When do we play 45 minutes? When we go 60? When do you go 90? So that by the time the season starts, everybody is ready. That plan got aborted when I got a call from Obrasipo, Mr. Kulu. It was on the 12th. So we have to start on the 15th. On the 12th, a Friday, then Obrasipo says, man, coach, would you please just bear with me? I've been sent to request that the training session, the resumption must be postponed until further notice. And I had not communicated with the front office from the 27th up until the 12th when I got to the message from Obrasipo. And it was quite strange for me. But then I said, you know what? There's a lot that had happened. There were letters that were given of suspension of players. In fact, first it was a disciplinary hearing. I wasn't informed. I didn't know about that. Then there was suspensions. I didn't know about that. Expulsions. I didn't know about that. And even the players who were leaving the club, I was going like, but come on, man. I'm working with these folks, man. These players are actually the ones we meet daily. So I have no clue. I don't know what's happening. Nobody talks to me.
Steve, sorry, I know you want to say more, but when I get to a point where I don't believe something, I have to interject. The 22 players who, I think it was on a Friday, when we broke that news here on the show, and we spoke to the lawyer representing Swallows, you telling me that there was not even a whisper in your ear by the people who own or run the club to say, listen, you are brought in here to coach. And who do you coach? You coach players. Now, the players that you're supposed to be coaching, 22 of them, we are saying goodbye to.
I knew nothing. But I understood how the environment was quite volatile. And at the back of the processes, I had seen that unfold leading even before SuperSport. When I pleaded with the players, I personally put my reputation at stake and risked and said, guys, we have to honor the match. I requested them. We had a serious debate and I made some commitments, even though I have no power to put any commitments to a group of 30 top professionals. We played the SuperSport match. In that SuperSport match, we played 15 days without having even trained. We just went at Dobsonville and rocked there. And even a night before, we had not camped. We just assembled during the day, then went on, played the match just to save the situation, and then got out. Now what happens with football? We score first and we feel like, hey, but wait a minute. And we're hanging in there, playing the way we wish to play. Even the coaches are saying, if only we can survive this 90 minutes. Little did we know that around 84th minute, tables would change, then SuperSport scores, and then they score again, we lose the match. And as that happens, a sad part of it is that our people had not been informed. Then in the stands, Rightly so. Supporters say, no, Steve must go. And I'm saying to the coaches, guys, do you hear what they're saying? And they are right, because now they are, listen, with 6 minutes to go before end of the match, and then you lose like that. But unfortunately, they do not know that we have not been training for 15 days, which then led to the press conference, post-match press conference at Dobsonville, where I had to speak the truth. Sometimes when you say the truth, truth hurts.